founding members. I was sitting next to him in 1989 at the Palladium, when it was the first Siyum Hashas in Los Angeles. And Sydney said, Ernie, you should teach the Daf Yomi at night because Rabbi Krause was giving up his Daf Yomi.
Wow.
And so Sydney is one of the, Johnny Zouderer as well, and Harold and David Sherman. Where's my kiddush? Here it is. Okay. But I canceled the Tzor Bashir because people are coming. I mean, I didn't think it was the right thing to do a sheet. Harold?
Yeah.
You hear people are calling me to find out where it is.
Yeah, Young Israel.
So let me send it out because people have been texting me.
Right.
Yeah, Young Israel didn't put any emails or anything.
I don't think they know yet.
Jacob Goldfinger. I don't know where he sent it. Okay.
So you want to do Kiddushin?
Yeah, we're on Tes Ahmed Aleph 9. Ahu Gavra, the Avakom is Zavin Churma Pisachaisa. There was a person who was selling like chains of glass, like necklaces made out of glass. Asoyahi Itza, he saw a woman, Amr Lehavli Chad Shucha.
Progress.
Oh no, so a woman saw the necklace and asked for one of the pieces of glass. Amr Lo Yahid Melech, if I give it to you mikachiously, will you accept kiddushin? Amr Le Hava Miava, give me. Amr of Chama Kol Hava Miava Lav Klumu. There's no kiddushin. All she wanted was to be given the glass, but she does not want to fulfill the t'nai of kiddushin. Ahu Gavra Dava Kashasi Chanra B'Chanusa. Person was drinking wine in a market yesterday. Asoya Hitza. And a woman saw Amr Lehavli Chad Kasa. And she asked to be given one of the cups. Amr Le, Ihavina Lech Mekachis, if I give you, will you be Mekadosh to me? Amr Le Ashkuya Ashkin. She said, just give me. Amr of Chama called Ashka Lav Klumu. She's just asking for the wine without wanting to fulfill the Tanai Kiddush. Ahu Gavra have a Kashari Tamri Medikla. Person was throwing dates down from a palm tree. Asoya Hitza, a woman saw Amrle Shadili Tartis, give me 2 dates. Amrle Ishadina Lech Mekachis, if I give it to you, will you be Mekadosh to me? Amrle Shadi Mishta, just give me. Amr Azvid Kol Shadi Mishta Lav Klumu. And she wants the dates, but not the Kiddushin. What if she didn't repeat the words? She just said, give me once. Amr Ravina Mekudeshes. Rav Sama Bar Rakta Amr Taka de Malka. The crown of the king. Eina Mekudeshes. There's no Kiddush. Vehilchasa, the final halacha, Eina Mekudeshes, on either of these cases. Vehilchasa Shiroy Latzrichi Shuma. If a person gives an object that is clearly worth more than a pruta, and it is worth more than a pruta, and it doesn't require an evaluation of money-wise prior to using as kiddushin. V'ilchus like Rabbi Lazar, Allah is like Rabbi Lazar, who said that if he promised her to give her $100 and only gave her $1, it's still mekudeshes. He has to give the other 99. V'ilchus Rav Nachman, that if he wanted to give her $100,
Yeah, hi, Richie.
but then only was given a collateral, there's no kiddushin. Ton Rabbana.
Again.
Bishtar Ketzah. How do you makadesh with a star? Kosav lo, a man writes on a star to the father of a girl, ala niyar or ala cheres, on paper or pottery, afal pishein bo shavet pruta, even though those things are not worth a pruta, and he writes, bitcha mikudeshesli, your daughter's mekudesh to me, or bitcha muresesli, or bitcha lili into arezu mikudeshes, with the star. Maskil Rav Zera Mama. Halo dami high star l'star zvina. This type of star is not similar to a star that you use to buy something. Hasam moicher koisev lo. The seller writes, Sadi mechura, my field is sold to you. Hacha Baal, who is the acquirer, koisev bitcha mikudesh asli. I'm acquiring your daughter. Both follow the psukim. Hasum see by a sale, it says umachar mechuzaso, person sold from his estate. So that's why the star is written from the point of view of the seller. That a man acquires the woman, so the point of view is the man. Sodos pakesef yiknu. A person acquires fields. That's in Yirmiyah. Kari Bey, you have to read yikanu. That it is sold to him. My time akaras Bey yikanu yishum dechsiv umochar. Achanami Kari Bey kiyakiach dechsiv espitino sati leshazeh. Bernie, the Hesped is at 9:30 at Young Israel Hancock Park. Ela Amarava Hilchasaninu. It's a these dinim is halach l'mosh mesinai, or halach that we received in Mesorah. And asmechin Rabbanon, it's not a doraisa. The Rabbanon use psukim as like a mnemonic. V'boy say masav nami ksiv v'ekach es sefer hamakne, where there's a pasuk that supports that the moicher is the one who says, "My field is sold to you." Amrav Nachman Kosov lo ala niyar lacheres. If he writes on paper or pottery that's not worth a pruta. Into Bain al whether he gives it to the father, Bain al whether he gives it directly to her if she's above 12 and a half, mikudeshes midaito. As long, that means if she's less than 12 and a half, she can be mikudeshes without her das, just the das of the father. Mushlo bagra. When the father alone has the reshus. Kosovo on the alacheres al bishem hare at mikudeshes hare at lili into hare at mereses li mikudeshes. Bein al yedei avia bein al yedei atzma. Midaita she has to be willing. The husha bagra after she's 12 and a half. Boy Reish Lakish. Star a rusin shekashvu shalol lishma. He bought a star in the market that wasn't written for this particular woman. Mao. Do we say Havayas Lietzias Makshina? We compare Kidushin to divorce. Yitzia Bein Lishma. By a divorce, you need to write a get Lishma. Maybe Havaya Bein Lishma. So Kidushin is the same thing. And maybe a boilerplate star will not work. We compare different mechanisms of Kiddushin. Money is not made lishma for this particular woman. Lo bin lishma. Af havaya dishtar lo bin lishma. Basar the boy under pashta. After he asked the question, he answered it. Avoy litzia makshina de amar kra v'yatsa v'haisa. that the star Kiddush has to be written l'shem that woman. If it wasn't written lishma, it's Eina Mekudeshes. Itma.
But how come money can be used if it has to be lishma?
No, only a star has to be lishma.
Why wouldn't we say a kesef, star, and bia? All three have to be lishma.
Because we don't. Because kesef is obviously not lishma. You don't mint this money specifically for this woman. So kesef has its own din, and star has its own din. So star, since a divorce, we asked, should we compare it to a get, havaya liyitzia, or should we compare it to the other methods of bringing into kiddushin? The Gemara ended up comparing it havaya liyitzia. Madach over there by yitzia, you have a star that divorces, that has to be in lishma. So the star that brings her in has to be lishma. But kesef does not. It's in a different category. Itma. Initially, it was written lishma, but she didn't know about it initially. After second hand, she agreed to accept it. Is that a defect in the kiddushin? Rav Ravina Abri Mekudeshes. Rav Papa of Rav Shavri Abri Eina Mekudeshes. Rav Papa Ema time didu. The Ema time didi. Let's tell me your reasoning. I'll give you our reasoning. Ema time didu tichsiv v'yatsa v'haisa. Make shavai liyitzia. We compare kiddushin to divorce. Ma yitzia lishma v'shalom idaita. A woman can be divorced against her will. At least the star could be written when she didn't know about it. Later on, she has to accept it. Of course, she has to accept it. But initially, it'll work. I'll tell you my reason why I say it doesn't work. You need the person who's the ish who's megarish, who is giving over to the woman her own freedom. So havai bin and das makne, the makne, the woman is sort of being makne herself. So she needs ledas. So meisve. Ein koisvin star erusim v'nesuin elamidashne. Star eris and star nesuin, they have to agree, or they have to know. My love star erusim v'nesuin mamish. Is that what we're talking about here? Star kiddushin. Lo, star psikta. This is different. Rav Gilam Rav Dam Rav Gilam Rav Kama Atam Noisin Levisva. The father of the daughter would ask the father, so how much nedunya, how many chnadin are you giving for your son? And they would write it down. The bitcha, they would ask the father of the mother, the father of the bride, kach v'kach. Amdu v'kidshu kanu. Heinin advormat niknim b'mira, there's kinyan, but that's what we're talking, that's the star psikta, but it's not talking about star kiddush. Then the Gemara says, bebiya minala. How do you know that you can be makadish bebiya? Amrav Amrav Yechid Amrav Krab Ulas Baal. Malamit Shanasala Baal Ayadei Be'ila. He becomes the husband through Be'ila, through relations. Amrav Rav Zel Rababo. Varmila Reish Lakish Rav Yechid. Ku'ura Zesh Shoshana Rebbe. This is what Rebbe learned. Ubala, Malamit Shaniknus Bebiya. Does that come to teach me that she's acquired Bebiya? Maybe it requires a two-step process. First Kiddushin money, then Be'ila. Kamash Malon, that the Be'ila itself can serve as the Kiddush. Maskar Abu Barmamo. Im Kain, Nara HaMoirasa, So you have a Nara, a girl between 12 and a half, who's been given Kiddush, and somebody sleeps with her. The din is it's skila. The Gemara says, though, how is that going to work? If she's Mekadesh with Bia, she's not going to be a Besula, and she doesn't fulfill the category of Narma Rasa, you're not going to have a skila. Either Agdish Vadir Boil, if they gave her money, and then Be'ila. So Be'ulahi. So she's not a Besula, and you don't do skila. Either Agdish Velo Boil, if you just gave her money, and no Be'ila, Lav Klumu. So there's no, you just said you need to have both to have Kiddushin. So Amrura Rabbana Kameda by Mishkach, so how would you have Narma Rasa? You go on Boalea Oru Shalok Kedarka. The man who gave her Kiddushin had relations with her anally. Shalok Kedarka. So she's a Besula. But he acquired her through Kinyan Bia. Amrulu Abaya. Ad kan lak pliki Rabbi Rabbanon el ba'acher. It means another man had relations there's a debate whether anal intercourse would cause a woman to be considered a ba'ula. Aval Baal. But there's no debate. If it's a husband, she's not a besula, even though technically her vaginal entry has not been damaged. What is this machlokas we alluded to? Mahi, the Tanya. 10 men raped a Nara Mayros. They are daini besula, but vaginally she's intact. Meaning they all had anal intercourse with her. Kulan biskila. This is Dr. Agatstein. And Michael. Baruch Tain Emes. Yes. Okay, I will definitely. Okay, it'll be my schus to do so. Thank you very much for calling. Okay, bye-bye. Boalea asar nashvadani besula, kulan beskila. Rabbi Yomer, only the Rishon is beskila, because he had relations with a besula. The other ones, kulan bechenek, they had relations with an Eishes Ish, but not a Nara Mayrosa, because she was not a besula anymore. So even though a non-husband had relations with her, you see, she's considered a Ba'ula. Amrav Nachman Bar Yitzchak. So how can you have a Nara Mayrosa? Back to the question. Mishkachasla, Kigon Shekitsha Bishtar. The Kiddushin was Bishtar. Hoil v'goimer umoitzi. Since a star can bring a woman into Kiddushin and take her out with get, goimer matnis. So she could be a Nara Mayrosa as a Besul. Now, Rav Yochanan, who learns out that you could do Kiddushin B'biyah from the Pasuk Bulas Baal, what does he do with the words Hai Uboala, Mayavidle? So Ahuma Boile, he needs it for something else. Zu Niknis B'biyah, only a regular woman is Nikna B'biyah. But the Ein Amo Avriya Niknis B'biyah. Now, Amo Avriya is only acquired through Kesef. A woman waiting to have Yibum. is not acquired through money. Only niknas bebia. Zu, the amo ivriya, sheniknas bekesef. Eno din sheniknas bebia. So kavachomer, say mali avoma shekain skukas voimetis, but there's zika. Amo ivriya doesn't have that. Salkadai Chaimer thought hoil v'kasa. If it says by an amo ivriya, im acheres yikach lo, hekisha kosuv leacheres. Ma'acheres mikne bebia, a wife can be acquired through bia. Af amavriya mikne bebia. Kamash balon that ubala comes to say no, only a wife, not an amavriya. The Rebbe who learns out the din of Kidushin bebeila from that pasuk ubala, high svar, the svar that an amma ivriya is not niknas bebia minole. So imkein lichter rachmana ubal, my ubala shmami no tarti. He darshans both. And ula rava sho amar bar ayina asverlei ki yikach ish ubala comes to teach me something else. Only kiddushin amisrun lebia havi kiddushin. Only kiddushin that can go directly to bia is kiddushin. Kiddushin sherein misrun lebia. Let's say there is some isser in the kiddushin which prevents them from living together. It's not lavi kiddushin. But that's right. Now there's a machlokas regarding that, but that's the sheet of Rava. So ma'ikala meimar. So from where does he learn that a woman is niknas bebia? Because he learned out from the same pasuk a different halacha. Imkei nichtov kra bala uma ubala shma mina kula. He learns all the dinim from the extra vav. The Rebbe Haibulas Baal, he doesn't need that. My Ovid lay. Hamiboy lay. Baal osa be'ula shalo kedarka. Like we said before, a husband takes a girl who's a basula vaginally and has anal intercourse with her, makes her a be'ula. And that's only a husband. Ein acher osa be'ula shalo kedarka. She remains a basula even though she had shalo kedarka relations. Frank the Gemara, Rebbe High Svara. Does Rebbe have this Svara? Vatanya. Bo alasra anoshim. Vadaini besula. Kulam beskila. 10 people raped a girl, and they're all. She remains a besula because it was anal. They're all killed beskila. Rebbe Oimer ani arishon beskila. The kulam bechene. Which these are not husbands; these are strange men. So you see that even regular people will, through anal intercourse, will make her a be'ula. So we have to answer that question. That question we'll answer tomorrow. I've got to run to shul now for mincha, because mincha's at 7:20. So
Okay, good night.
9:30. We'll see everyone there.
Okay.